All right, now let's break down this next preliminary bout where it's very similar to the featured bout because these are two men who are both making their UFC debuts as well, but neither of them are coming off of a uh, anything that tells you they deserve to be in the UFC because both of them have losses in the Contender Series bouts. They were 0-1 in Dana White Contender Series, and both of them are about to fight in the second to last prelim on the UFC Macau Fight Night. And one of them is going to be 1-0 in the UFC and have a winning UFC record after their debut. The other, they will have an opportunity to go 1-1 and still have a winning record in their UFC career at some point, mind you. But this guy, Meng Ding, has look at his official record. 35-9, and his opponent, get this again, another 8-1 prospect taking on somebody with, well, the last fight was 16-5, right? That was over 2 times experience. This is almost 5 times the experience of 9 fights to 44 for the love of God. And yes, this will be his 45th tomorrow, and it'll be unfortunately his 10th. So he'll have 4.5 times the experience of his opponent after they share the octagon with each other in both of their first experience. So with that, let's just go through the rest of the preview breakdown. So okay, their last I will say for Jose, he is on a better win streak. He's won his last three with Ming losing his second to last bout, which that was obviously said on the Contender Series. And it was, look at this scorecard. He loses 30-26 in a 29-27 meeting. He got one round, a couple judges' scorecards, but every judge out there said you lost a 10-8 round on the Contender Series, bud. How does that even get you to even show your face on the octagon without performing? Like one time he beat Morale Husseinov with leg kicks and punches, and I'll give him that. And yes, this to me is the ultimate like connection. He fought under Uriah Faber's A1 Combat League, which we all know with Uriah Faber having the connection with Yan Xiaonan and Song Yadong being in their corner and having translators and having that connection. There's no wonder why Ming Deng had a fight with Uriah Faber's promotion and now is making his UFC debut against a guy with 9 mixed martial arts bouts. And yes, only one loss compared to his opponent's 9, like I said, but he only has 9 bouts total. It's like his opponent he's going up against has the same amount of losses that he has competed fights. And then when it comes to his competed fights to his wins, it's almost 4 times the amount with 35-9. So I'm trying to keep all that was being impartial and being fair to both fighters. Like I said, he's been clipped one time in the Contender Series bout where Yusaka Kineshita did. I actually want to know what did that guy actually do in the UFC. Yusaka Kineshita went 0-2. So it's like he lost to a guy that couldn't even do well. He lost to Billy Ray Goff and Adam Fugit, who became they themselves highlight reels for other Contender Series bouts like that. So I feel bad for Jose for having to be in this opportunity to fight somebody in China with 44 professional bouts and to be in your UFC debut. I think if he goes out there and shows a tough fight, he'll get a second call and get an opportunity that won't be so uh lopsided in odds and situation with the fighter being in fighting his opponent in their backyard for the love of God. And with that, I mean he is only a plus 105 underdog. Like he's not even that much of a lopsided like disadvantage against somebody who's fighting in their home country. And he's fighting all the way across the world from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. But he has one of the best mixed martial arts teams behind him in Nova União. So that cannot go without being said that the Nova União team has been head and shoulders. They've created multiple UFC champions. I don't see who can be one of their champions right now, but that doesn't mean that they still don't have a lot of pedigree in the game, and I will not disrespect that whatsoever. So this fight again, it's between guys who have no UFC experience. So when it comes down to my prediction, I'm going with a man who's fighting in his home country, Ming Dang, to win his first UFC bout and be 36-9 and have 45 professional bouts in his first UFC fight completed, and to have 80 of his fights be wins and 20% or 80% being wins and 20% being defeats. And that is my prediction. I'm going to say just 3 round decision. I can't see a finish anyway whatsoever. So it's just going to be a fight that we put in the records, but will not play back for highlights whatsoever.